So we're going to read David escapes to the wilderness. Then they told David, saying, "Look, the Philistines are fighting against Keilah, and they are robbing the threshing floors." Therefore David inquired of the Lord, saying, "Shall I go and attack these Philistines?" And the Lord said to David, "Go and attack the Philistines and save Keilah." But David's men said to him, "Look, we are afraid here in Judah. How much more than if we go to Keilah against the armies of the Philistines?" Then David inquired of the Lord once again. And the Lord answered him and said, "Arise, go down to Keilah, for I will deliver the Philistines into your hand." And David and his men went to Keilah and fought with the Philistines, struck them with a mighty blow, and took away their livestock. So David saved the inhabitants of Keilah. Now it happened, when Abiathar the son of Ahimelech fled to David at Keilah, then he went down with an ephod in his hand. And Saul was told that David had gone to Keilah. So Saul said, "God has delivered him into my hand, for he has shut himself in by entering a town that has gates and bars." So he's thinking, he's locked in. Then Saul called all the people together for war, to go down to Keilah to besiege David and his men. When David knew that Saul plotted evil against him, he said to Abiathar the priest, "Bring the ephod here." Then David said, "O Lord, God of Israel, your servant has certainly heard that Saul seeks to come to Keilah, to destroy the city for my sake. Will the men of Keilah deliver me into his hand? Will Saul come down as your servant has heard? O Lord God of Israel, I pray, tell your servant." And the Lord God said, "He will come down." So God's saying he's coming down for you. Then David said, "Will the men of Keilah deliver me and my men into the hand of Saul?" And the Lord said, "They will deliver you." So David and his men, about 600, arose and departed from Keilah and went wherever they could go. Then it was told Saul that David had escaped from Keilah, so he halted the expedition. So he's like, well, since David's not there, why am I going there? And David stayed in strongholds in the wilderness and remained in the mountains in the wilderness of Ziph. Saul sought him every day, but God did not deliver him into his hand. So people can seek to find you, but if God's on your side, they're not going to find you. So David saw that Saul had come out to seek his life, and David was in the wilderness of Ziph in the forest. Then Jonathan, Saul's son, arose and went to David in the woods and strengthened his hand in God. So he's there encouraging him, okay? And he said to him, "Do not fear, for the hand of Saul my father shall not find you. You shall be king over Israel, and I shall be next to you. Even my father Saul knows that." So the two of them made a covenant before the Lord. And David stayed in the woods, and Jonathan went to his own house. So Jonathan's leading his dad away from David. Then the Ziphites came up to Saul at Gibeah, saying, "Is David not hiding with us in strongholds in the woods, in the hill of Hachilah, which is on the south of Jeshimon? Now therefore, O king, come down according to all the desire of your soul, and come down, and our part shall be to deliver him into the king's hand." So they're trying to be against David here. And Saul said, "Blessed are you of the Lord, for you have compassion on me. Please go and find out for sure, and see the place where his hideout is, and who has seen him there, for I am told he is very crafty. See therefore, and take knowledge of all the lurking places where he hides, and come back to me with certainty, and I will go with you. And it shall be, if he is in the land, that I will search for him throughout all the clans of Judah." So he's going to search by clan, by clan, by clan, till he finds him. So they arose and went to Ziph before Saul. But David and his men were in the wilderness of Maon, in the plain on the south of Jeshimon. Then, when Saul and his men went to seek him, they told David. Therefore he went down to the rock and stayed in the wilderness of Maon. And when Saul heard that, he pursued David in the wilderness of Maon. So he's following his tracks pretty close. Then Saul went on one side of the mountain, and David and his men on the other side of the mountain. So David made haste to get away from Saul, for Saul and his men were encircling David and his men to take them. But a messenger came to Saul, saying, "Hurry and come, for the Philistines have invaded the land." Therefore Saul returned from pursuing David and went against the Philistines. So they called that place the Rock of Escape. So, that was his opportunity to escape. Then David went up from there and dwelt in the stronghold at En Gedi. So now he's in another place. He's in En Gedi. You know, he's hiding from Saul, who wants to kill him. You know, people that think that Christians don't go through stuff. Yeah, we do. You know, we go through a lot of stuff. Just like anybody else. Anybody, whether you're Christian or not Christian, don't matter. You're going to go through stuff. Life has situations that is just going to put you through. You know, whether you like it or not. It's just going to happen. So it'll be good things and bad things in your life. It's just going to happen. So, you know, in this case, in this instant, this was a bad thing in David's life. So, anyway, but it's going to get more interesting because tomorrow we're going to read David spares Saul's life. So, would you do that? If somebody's going to kill you, would you spare their life or would you take them out? You know, I am not a violent person, but I'll tell you, if it comes between me and someone else, I'm not taking that chance. It's going to be someone else, you know. So, anyway, but peace and subscribe. Isn't that cute? Ryan made that for me. So cute. Cute little enemy. Peace.